It is God's love.
Technology is here, and my job is made much simpler because my mentor spoke about what IT can do to deliver services. So I just have to talk about the IT part now. So because we all saw how important and with leveraging and using technology, how quickly the IT services can be actually delivered to citizens. So that's what I just want to refer to what I said, and in last 20 minutes what's have been discussed. Today government and everybody is actually looking at how to quickly take decisions and deliver the services faster with better experience to citizens as well. And at the same time, I'll take example from the same two discussions which happened, and keeping that in mind, two of the points which I'll highlight when ma'am presented, saying that they wanted to do entire system digitized. At the same time, there were worries about whether the data theft can happen and the leakages can happen because it's a judiciary matter and all those critical applications there. At the same time, when sir spoke about all those applications, the services being delivered to citizens, farmers, and anybody who wants to access in an online fashion, there's always some IT running at the behind. And today what we bring to table is to make sure that IT system is up and running in a manageable fashion, in the secure fashion, because unless that happens, somewhere if those services are getting impacted, how quickly we can respond to those outages. So I'll skip this slide. I think we are here on the final right side where today we are talking about we have reached the maturity level in government, and today we're working with government. I can clearly say for many years that the IT is there. It's about going forward, looking at how the new technologies can be adapted within state departments, things like service virtualization, things like API management, because today we are ready with the platform. And some of the examples which came up saying, can we leverage on the Aadhaar number? And today if two departments have to talk to each other, whether it is income tax department and tomorrow maybe a banking integration has to happen, the API is the way to move forward of the web services, because websites were more about, web portals were more about giving information, but today we are talking about web services and APIs integration, and that's the way we need to really look at. I just wanted to highlight this, saying that today, and I'm sure 1 year down the line, we will have case studies where we will show this as a reality, where we're talking about smart cities. And why I wanted to highlight, because smart city is not just about having services being available. You look at this architecture of a smart city, most of it is underlying based on adoption of IT. You look at the bottom layer, which is, you look at different things like parking, garbage management, water, street lighting. somewhere everything down the line you will see is managed using some or the other IT system. And at the top layer is the user who wants to, end of the day, using his mobile app, should be able to even figure out if there is a parking available somewhere. He wants services, he has some request from electricity or the water department, he will be able to use it using one of the interfaces which is more from IT. So IT plays a very crucial and important role. Coming back to the basis, I think that's what we understand and we want to deliver to government, saying how we can make the entire IT environment more efficient and secure from that perspective. Technology landscape, I think you all know this, and I think you all know this, for if any of this component has some problem, the entire service is going to fail. So we can't really say in isolation that, oh, the headset is working fine, or the application is working fine, or the devices are working fine. For a service to be delivered efficiently to all the citizens or to the stakeholder, unless each and every aspect of the IT is working in the efficient fashion, we can't really deliver that service. So that's where I think we bring the flexibility of, in terms of, and this is more relevant to IT departments. I think we are already there today. Most of the states have set up, and I'll say almost all of them have set up state data centers, set up networks for you to actually leverage those environments to deliver those services. And we bring in the technology to say that how can we look at entire health of your IT infrastructure, whether it's running in a data center or you have your own co-hosted or co-location data center where your application is running. The idea is to have management and monitoring from end-to-end perspective. Look at every aspect of the ID and able to manage it. Today, when you're opening your environment to everybody, and it's like, I think there were terms definitely used like partners, suppliers, stakeholders. At the same time, there is an environment completely which talks about applications which are here to attack your environment. There are hackers, there are employees who are not sitting at your office but wants to access your environment over there. So privileged access is another concern today when I go to any state department and I talk to critical application-based services. The concern is we don't want everybody to be coming to this office and this building and outside this firewall just working there. Because if you do that, your system will never be efficient. And as ma'am said that, yes, the starting point was to have it digitized, but you can't always keep it locked. You have to open it to outside world. And the moment you open it to outside world, you have concerns saying that who has access to what kind of an environment, to systems, to applications, to databases, to networking devices. You want to have to a level where you have complete control, saying stop attacks onto your system, enable compliance, because that's what you want. You want to have a complete secure environment, mitigate inside threats. We can always talk about outside, but I think we need to also take care of the inside attacks as well. So this is primarily, please start looking at privileged access management is the key initiative which everybody today is talking about. Last part of my presentation I wanted to touch, and I'm just touching the crucial points today which are more relevant because today we are talking about services. Delivering new services through not just about browser was definitely there, but today we are talking about focus on APIs, because through APIs we are allowing and in government it is so much relevant. Today you look at any finance department, you look at larger projects like GSTN, which in a state level also there will be a replica of all those projects. What are they doing? They're opening their environment, they're connecting to so many integration points with bank, financial institutes, and other private and government operators. How are they doing it? They're doing it based on APIs, and the biggest concern for them is my environment secure over there? Unless we do a complete end-to-end API management, not just from security perspective, but also at the same time looking at, can I manage my APIs is another thing. Can I create them efficiently? Can I roll out those APIs to my service delivery and manage it from one single console and not having created them for months and months? And I think that's one point I'm leaving it for thought over there. So just to sum it up, I think management is the key thing. I'm not touching the DevOps right now, which is more we talk about delivering application faster by from a development and deployment capability, and security is another concern, and that's what we do with CA for last 35 years being in this field. So thank you for